appreciate y'all boys tuning into another video. Y'all know we got to go over the UFC Nashville fight card. I'm going to give y'all my fight picks, my predictions. We're finna go over it all together, authentic. We going through this, so y'all boys just buckle up. And I'm going to let y'all know what I got. Y'all want to parlay these picks, go ahead and do so, because I will be parlaying my own. So, beginning off the night, we got Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. And Fatima Klein is like a minus 1,200, 1,300 some favorite. They don't have the odds on here, but I'm going to pull up the odds real quick and let y'all know the exact odds on ESPN. But they fluctuate, and she's just a big favorite. She's minus 1,200. I seen her minus like 1,350 on another site. So yeah, she should get this done pretty easily. Melissa Martinez, I think she lost to Elise Reed, and that's not a good loss, bro. I'm gonna be real. And granted, I know it's like a second fight in the UFC, but it wasn't good at all. Fatima Klein, she is good. She lost to, I think she lost to Jasmine. Was it Jasmine? Wasn't it? Yeah, she lost to Jasmine Jasdavicius, and that was in 2024. And then she got a good TKO, ground and pound TKO over Dudakova, and that I think this girl is really good. The eyes do like they are like, I don't like minus 1,000 favorites, and saying they perfect because it's a fight and we've seen many big favorites lose. But this is one of those fights where I think Fatima Klein should get it done. I think she should be able to take Melissa Martinez down, be able to control her, land those vicious elbows on the ground, and I can see her getting a TKO. But I'm gonna be real, I think she takes her down, gets a TKO, ground and pound TKO, or she could end up getting a sub. But Fatima Klein, she's really vicious. She's a good fighter, and I think she will be ranked in the near future. Jasmine Jasdavicius, she's top 5, and that she took it to the decision. But I'm gonna go Fatima Klein in this fight, and I think I'm gonna go Fatima Klein by round 1 TKO. I think she's gonna be round 1 or round 2. She's gonna take her down and she's gonna TKO her on the ground. So give me Fatima Klein by TKO. Mitch Ramirez and Mike Davis, once again, a big, like, the odds are crazy. Well, I ain't gonna say crazy because I do think he should be the favorite, but he's a crazy favorite. He's minus 1,100 on ESPN. I seen him as high as minus 1,200. The dude, like, Mike Davis is really good. If you know Mike Davis, his last fight he lost. He was really inactive. Lost to Fares Ziam, not a bad loss. Fares Ziam will be ranked in the future. Mitch Ramirez, he's just, he's kind of mid, man. I mean, he's been KO'd. Like, we can look at him right here. You can see a KO by Thiago Moises. And I ain't saying Thiago Moises a bad fighter by any means, but Thiago Moises, like, he TKO'd him. Mike Davis is a really crafty striker, good striker. His last fight, he just tried to grapple a lot. I don't know if that was just a game plan or if he didn't feel like himself. I think he was injured. But either way it goes, man, Mike Davis should get him out of there relatively quickly, because I've been hounding this dude for a long time, man. It's just he was really inactive, but he's so crafty and technical in terms of the striking. He has power on the feet. I think he should get this done early as well, and I'm going to pick Mike Davis by round 1 KO. I think he should get this fight done, get it finished, and collect that check. Moving to Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. This fight was actually kind of tricky for me to pick because this is one of those fights where you just be like, man, MMA map, it doesn't work. MMA map, it literally doesn't work. Because Kennedy Nzechukwu beat somebody in round 1 that beat Walter Walker, Lucas Brzeski. Walter Walker lost to Lucas Brzeski, I think it was his debut or his second fight. One of those. And Kennedy beat him in round 1. But you can't look at that. Styles make fights. And honestly, looking at it, I think Walter Walker's grappling is superior, and I always lean towards the grappler's ways. Kennedy, don't let him beat Chris Barnett and Lucas Brzeski fool you. Like I said, I know Lucas Brzeski beat Walter Walker, but Lucas Brzeski is mid, and Walter Walker has looked better, and I know he ain't fighting crazy opponents, but he's been winning. He's on a respectable streak. Kennedy, he moved up to heavyweight, beat Chris Barnett, then he beat Lucas Brzeski. And Chris Barnett, like, I know it's like he's like a meme, but he's not that great. He's not that great. Did what he was supposed to do. He was injured and everything. And yeah, Kennedy has looked pretty decent at heavyweight. And I think the winner of this fight should get a ranking. And I gotta go with Walter Walker in this fight. I think he'll be able to grapple Kennedy. Like, I don't want people to be fooled by Kennedy's performances at heavyweight. The 2 opponents and 2 performances, 2 knockouts, I get they're good. He is a minus 210 favorite, and my underdog pick of the day, it will be Walter Walker. And I'm going to pick Walter Walker to win this fight. I think he should get it done. I can see him ending up, he's taking hills, bro. So you never know what can happen, bro. The 6'5" versus 6'6". I'm gonna go Walter Walker in this fight, and I'm gonna go Walter Walker by round 2 submission. Moving on, Lauren Murphy, been around for a long time, man. 39 years old, still going strong versus Eduardo Mora. Eduardo Mora is really good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. She's another big favorite, bro. -700. And this girl, she's as advertised, bro. She's really good, like really good. And she also lost to Denise Gomez. Yes, ain't that right? Yeah, she lost to Denise Gomez by split decision. Denise Gomez is ranked. Eduardo Mora will be ranked one day. And Lauren Murphy, she's kind of like just been around, win, lost, win. Like, she's just mid, and she's older. She's 39. So I honestly don't see her winning this fight unless she's able to crafty vet her way to a win. But I do not see that happening. I think Eduardo Mora should get this fight done. I think she might finish this fight actually. So I think I'm gonna go Eduardo. I'm definitely picking Eduardo Mora to win this fight, but I think I'm gonna go with her by decision, bro. I think that's a safe pick. I know I don't like playing it safe, but I definitely think she will get this fight done. Well, get this fight won. She is a finisher, only 2 decisions on her record. And this and Lauren Murphy done been around, man. She's old. I'm gonna go Eduardo Mora by round. Let's go round 3 TKO for Eduardo Mora. Jake Matthews versus Chidi Njokuani. I ain't gonna lie, this not a bad fight at all, bro. Both of them mid. Kennedy moved down and he's looked like he's on a resurgence, but we can't forget, like, he's, I know he was up at middleweight, but he cuts a lot of weight, bro. Chidi cuts a lot of weight. Jake Matthews, like I said, been around, win, loss. Like, he's lost to the best, but he's not like he's just getting starched. Like, Jake Matthews is actually like a pretty decent fighter, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And he's also an underdog. It's not crazy. Chidi's -140 and Jake Matthews is +120. So not crazy, bro. Not crazy. I think I'm gonna pick Jake Matthews to win this fight. I think he got more paths to victory. Chidi's clinch game did look good, and in his last fight against Elizeu Zaleski, he didn't look bad. He put him out, but Zaleski is really old, man. And I'm not taking that, trying to discredit his win at all, because Chidi is a good fighter. And Jake Matthews, like I said, he's fought the who's. He ain't beat like a lot of people, but he's beat some actually like pretty decent names. So I think I'm gonna pick him. He's at plus money. He's not my underdog pick of the day, but he is another underdog that I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Jake Matthews by decision in this fight. Moving up to Max Griffin and Chris Curtis. Max Griffin, bro, I'm gonna be real game. Mid. Chris Curtis is like mid as well, but Chris Curtis isn't he isn't bad. Like, he's older now. He's moving down to welterweight. He was undersized at middleweight, but he packs a punch. And I'm gonna be real, Max Griffin, he's just, he's not that great. He got last fight, he got embarrassed by Michael Kielsen. Michael Kielsen isn't a terrible fighter, but best days definitely behind him. Chris Curtis, I can say the same thing, but I think he has way more mileage and way more, gas in the tank than Max Griffin does. I was gonna pick him to KO Max Griffin, but honestly, I believe this fight is gonna be slow paced. Could end up being like that Kielsen fight where it's just slow paced and Chris Curtis just pops his shots and lands. If he gets a KO, that's great. But I'm going to pick Chris Curtis by decision to win this fight because, like, both these guys have been around, man. Like, they've been around. But let's go Chris Curtis by decision. Moving up to the main card, we got Junior Tafa and Tuco Turquoise. I'm going to be real. Both of these fighters are mid. Both of them are mid. Tuco, he's a better grappler. Junior's a better striker. He's moving down from heavyweight to light heavyweight. Really undersized up there. And, I ain't going to say undersized, but really, like, he just doesn't look like a heavyweight. Like, he was just fat. Tuco, 0-2 in the UFC. Junior, I think he's like 1-2 or 2-2, something like that. But both of the fighters are mid, and Junior Top is a -155. But I really don't care about this fight at all, bro. I'm gonna be real. I could have picked Tuco because he has the grappling advantage, but I believe Tuco is, I know he ate some shots from Navajo Sterling, but I can confidently say Junior hits harder than, has more pure power than Navajo Sterling. Just isn't a better striker. But I believe he's going to land hard on Tuco, and I think he's going to be able to put him out. But if not, Tuco is going to take him to the ground. He's not going to be able to get back up. He's going to lose a decision, maybe potentially get subbed. But I'm going to pick Junior Topper to win this fight, even though it's like I really don't care about this fight at all. Both of them are mid. So I'm going to go with Junior Topper by round 1 KO. Vitor Petrino, Austin Lane. Vitor Petrino, he's on a 2-fight skid. You know, he lost to Anthony Smith where he was like a minus 700 favorite. Lost to him by round one sub. Then he lost by KO to Justin Jacoby. And now he's moving up to heavyweight. I mean, dude is big, man. I know he cuts a lot of weight. Austin Lane, mid, been around, been KO'd. He beat Robelas to Spain. Grappled, like he just grappled him and did him bad. But Austin Lane's chin isn't there. Vitor Petrino, I think he will land. I think he will land early. I think he will land hard. And I think Vitor Petrino is going to KO Austin Lane probably early. Um, Austin Lane, I definitely think he could definitely knock him out as well. But I don't think that's going to happen just because like I believe Austin Lane he could definitely do it. But I'm not going to pick Austin Lane to do it, honestly, because Austin Lane is just really, really bad. Vitor Petrino moving up to heavyweight. He's a minus 700 favorite. Once again, should get this done because Austin Lane is really bad. But if he doesn't, he might get cut. So I'm going to pick Vitor Petrino by round 1 KO. I think he should get this fight finished. I think he should get this knockout. But if he doesn't, oh my goodness, he is cooked. He's going to be cut. Moving up, we got Nate the Train. He's back versus Morgan Charrier. Both of them coming off a loss. Morgan last fight he got dropped. He got pieced up, man, by who was it? Nathaniel Wood. He pieced him up. And Nate Landwehr, he's been around, man, been through some wars, had some great fights. You know, he's always down for a dog fight, been KO'd. But honestly, I think Morgan should get this fight done. I think he has more left. Nate is like 37. He's older. And like I said, he's been through some wars. He's been hurt a lot throughout his career. And Morgan hits hard. And he's only 29 years old. I think Morgan will have the volume. I think he'll be able to land to the body, mix it up to the head. I think he'll be able to drop Nate a few times. I think he'll be able to get Nate out of there, honestly. But if he lures Morgan into a dogfight, Nate the Train can beat any man in a dogfight. So we just gonna have to see how this fight goes. But I am gonna pick Morgan Charrier to get this fight done. I think Morgan Charrier gets this fight done by round 2 TKO. But if he doesn't get Nate the Train out of there, he's gonna keep coming, and you can never know. We could see an upset. But give me Morgan Charrier by round 2 TKO. Calvin Kattar, he's back. He's on a 4-fight loser streak, and he's taking on Steve Garcia, who's on a 5-fight KO streak. Mean Machine, like I said, bro, like I've been high on this guy. Like he took some losses back then, but he's been on the resurgence. He's been knocking people out. Really heavy hands. He's really hard. Not small for the division. And yeah, I like Calvin Kattar. This matchup wise, Kattar definitely. This is not a bad matchup. Like Zalal and guys that's going to dance around and not let Kattar get in boxing range. Those are bad matchups. Steve Garcia is going to bring the fight to Calvin Kattar. So Calvin Kattar is going to have to worry about cutting distance and, you know, cutting the cage off. Because he's not really great at that. And we've seen that in the past. And Steve Garcia, he's going to bring the fight to him. But I believe Calvin Kattar has been through so much damage. He's taken so much damage. And I think Steve Garcia is going to hurt him. I think he's going to hurt him bad. I think he's going to hurt him early. And I think Steve Garcia could stop Calvin Kattar. But Calvin Kattar definitely has a chin. And I think this fight will be the fight of the night if it does make it to decision, because both of these guys are going to get down. They're going to throw down in the cage. And Steve Garcia has his chance to be ranked. He was scheduled to fight Barboza. I'm glad that fight didn't come to fruition, bro. I don't know why they did my boy like that. But yeah, man, Calvin Kattar definitely has a chance to win this fight. The odds aren't crazy. Kattar is plus 105 and Garcia's minus 125. It's going to be a dog fight if it lasts that long. But I'm going to go Steve Garcia by decision. The co-main event, man, we got Gabriel Bonfim versus Stephen Thompson. Gabriel Bonfim, he took that loss to Nicholas Dalby. Dalby kind of just like out-dogged him, and he TKO'd him. And because Bonfim really couldn't do nothing, he was on the back foot. Dalby he was just in his face the whole time. If you know Nicholas Dalby, you know he's a dog. And Stephen Thompson, you know, he's been around a long time, took some wins, took some losses, challenged for the title a few times. And he's not a bad fighter, but he's older now, man. Wonder Boy's like 41 or 42. And Buckley KO'd him, and you know Bonfim doesn't have that threat to KO him on the feet. Wonderboy clears him on the feet, but the thing is, Bonfim's style for Wonderboy, he's just going to grab one. And we've seen Wonderboy struggle with this style, just grab him, hold him, control him style. Got submitted by Shavkat, and I believe if Shavkat can take you down and submit you, I believe Bonfim will do the exact same thing. Not saying Bonfim is better than Shavkat, but I'm saying he's a better wrestler and a better like pure grappler than Shavkat. I mean, that's what he's known for. So I think he'll take Wonderboy down. Either he's going to win off control time or he's going to get a KO. No, he's going to get a sub, excuse me. Wonderboy could keep this fight standing, which is not crazy. He is going to win, but I don't see that happening, bro. Like Gilbert was able to have success. Bilal was able to have success. Buckley took him down. Shawkai took him down and subbed him. Like, I think Bonfim should win this fight. Like I said, he's a minus 425 favorite. It's just a bad matchup for Wonderboy. He's been around. He's getting older. He's 41, 42. So I think Bonfim should win this fight pretty comfortably. I'm going to go Gabriel Bonfim by round 2 submission. Moving to the main event, we got Derek Lewis versus Tyson Teixeira. Tyson Teixeira, great performance his last fight. Got him out of there quick. Derek Lewis, his last fight, he got a KO win. He was scheduled to fight Jonathan Deniz. That fight didn't come to fruition. Derek Lewis is 40 years old now. He's been around, man. Everybody loves the Black Beast. He's been around, gave us some memorable moments. And, I think this is the end of the road, though. He could definitely beat Taliesin, because he can knock any man out. Like, he can literally knock any man out. It's happened before. When him being a big, he's not a crazy underdog, though. Taliesin is minus 280. But if you don't know about Tyson Teixeira, his base was jiu-jitsu coming in, but he was so big and physical that he was just knocking guys out. I think his first career win was by sub, and then he just started knocking guys out. Because, look at him, dude. The dude is 6'7", having to reach, like, the dude, and people are already saying, man, Tom, that's not going to have a comp in the future. We got to wait, man. He's coming off a win against Justin Tafel. We ain't counting that. But he gets past Derek Lewis, which he should, then definitely, like, the hype's going to be there, but it's going to, people going to be like, hey, Derek Lewis is supposed to do that. But just take care of business, and then we're going to get to that. But I definitely think Tyson Teixeira has a lot of potential. He's 25 years old, and like I said, he's just getting started, and he's already fighting in the rankings. This lets you know how bad heavyweight really is. But if Derek Lewis is able to get this win, I think he'll be on a 2 or 3 fight win streak. I think he's going to end up fighting up. Like, we could see him fighting Blaze again. Like, you just never know. But let's just see how this fight goes. I think Tyson Teixeira is going to get it done. Derek Lewis is not really a great grappler, and this dude's grappling is next level, top tier, especially for a heavyweight. I think he'll be able to take Lewis down. I think he subs him early with like an arm triangle, or maybe even like an arm bar, something like that. So give me Tyson Teixeira by round 1 submission. But if Derek Lewis gets this fight done, it'll be crazy. The scenes will be immaculate. But I gotta go Tyson Teixeira by round 1 submission. I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another prediction video. Y'all know these coming every Wednesday. We got a fight card. Next Wednesday we got Max versus Dustin. Y'all don't forget, vibe with the TikTok, man. We're going up over there. And just know my Discord. All my links is in my description. Y'all just keep showing support, keep showing love. I love y'all boys. And as always, I'm going to see y'all on the next one.